Over the next week, more and more Lycans were getting sick, and the king's condition had worsened. I felt awesome for Tyson every time I saw him, but not enough to save that **CK. We worked late every night, but as I was just a student and a rogue, all my ideas were getting shut down whenever Dr. Eris was away dealing with his regular patients, so after a very frustrating evening, I left the city and wandered home in the light of the moon, gathering flowers along the way to add to my bath this evening. We shouldn't be working on the cure, Penny told me, as I pushed open the old wooden gate that creaked loudly. They'll use it to save the king. We're not a murderer like him, I told her, as a small mouse ran across my path. We can't let the others die because they may use it to save him. I unlocked the door of my late grandfather's cabin and walked into the cold entryway. After I started the fire, I went into the bathroom and soaked in the tub, moaning happily as the hot water flowed over my body, warming me. As I was bathing, I heard the rain start and closed my eyes to the wonderful sound of it pattering on the tin roof. My hungry stomach disturbed my enjoyment, so I released the water and climbed out and dried my hair, but when I went to leave the bathroom, I paused, with my towel around my body, and extended my claws when I heard an intruder. I took a deep breath before I pushed open my bathroom door and peeked out, but then I relaxed when I smelled the air. I frowned and marched out into the living room, where I saw Tyson sitting on the sofa, looking at his feet. Damn it, Ty, you scared the **T out of me. I shouted at him. I told you can't be here for a few days. I'm going through my heat, and I don't know if this birth control serum I'm trying will work. Tyson looked up at me, and I saw his eyes fill with tears, and I could smell alcohol on his breath. What's wrong? My father's dead, he whispered, his voice cracking slightly. He was getting better, and then was gone. I froze once more. The man I hated, the man I wanted dead more than anyone in the world, was finally gone. I wanted to celebrate. I wanted to jump in joy, but seeing Tyson's face, hearing the pain in his voice, seemed to override my own feelings, and I rushed over to him. It's all right, I comforted him, as my arms wound around him and he lost it. He started weeping into my neck. I'm sorry. I know I have no right to cry on your shoulder for him, but don't worry about that. I hushed him and gently ran my fingers through his hair. You're in pain, and I'm always here for you. I swear. Don't worry about my feelings. I'm not ready to be king, he whispered, his voice trembling. I'm not ready to be the head leader. I'm not ready to lose my only parent. Just take it one day at a time. Get through the funeral, and then worry about the coronation, and you have your brother and me. I'll always be there for you. Tyson looked up at him. He looked so vulnerable. Marry me. I shook my head and placed my hands on his face. You're grieving. We'll talk about this another time, and we don't know if we're mates. We are mates. I know we are, and I need you. I can't do this without you. I love you. Before I knew it, his lips were on mine, and he was frantically pulling of my towel. Ty, stop. I pushed back and looked into his agonized eyes. I'm going through my heat. You said you tried that new birth control. Yes, but I don't know if it works. I don't care, he told me. If you have my child, then you'll have to marry me. Tyson, I tried to argue, but his mouth was back on mine, and thanks to my stupid love for him, on top of my hormones from my heat, I couldn't resist him. Our tongues pressed against each other as he pushed me back on the sofa, only breaking apart momentarily to pull off his jacket and shirt before they returned to mine. I felt him move his hand between us as he unzipped his trousers, and I helped him push his pants down, releasing his already hard **CK. I was already wet just from kissing. The heat was really a strange phenomenon. I wrapped my legs around Tyson's hips as he gripped his **CK and directed it at my opening, and he pushed hard inside me. I moaned into his mouth. I felt my heart and *please rubbing against his chest as he started moving in and out of me. I gripped his back, digging my fingers and nails into his skin, leaving tiny half-moons in their wake. Tyson's hitched breathing, and I loved hearing him moan in pleasure. He moved his mouth to my throat and sucked hard, but then I felt his teeth and tensed. Ty, stop! I pulled back and looked at him. **T, sorry, it's your heat. I lost control for a second. He pulled out and sat up. Turn over. I touched my neck, but luckily he hadn't bitten hard enough to mark me. Being underage, still, a mark could make me sick. I turned over and quickly grabbed my hips and pulled them closer. I giggled at his sudden roughness, but when he pushed inside me again, Tyson rode me hard, and by the end, I was screaming in pleasure and couldn't stop other noises coming out of my mouth. Tyson come first, releasing inside me. At the same time, I told him to pull out, but it was too late as he was already sea-bottoming. "Sorry, I couldn't stop," he said breathlessly as he reached around me and started to play with my CL*T and continued to F*CK me hard until I too had found my release. I lay down on the sofa, catching my breath, while Tyson laid onto me and kissed my shoulder. "I love you. I love you," I said back sleepily, and then my stomach grumbled, causing me to laugh. "Sorry," he said again. "I've kept you from eating." "It's fine," I yawned. "I'd rather just sleep actually. Do you want to stay?" "Yes," he answered. After we took a quick shower, we ended up back in my bed, and I curled up in his warm arms. It was early in the morning, around 4, when I started to feel cold and woke up to see the bed empty. I frowned and climbed out of the bed, pulled on my robe and followed Tyson's scent into my herbal room where I worked on medicines. "Hey, what are you doing up?" I asked as I wrapped my robe around my body tighter. "You should be resting." "What is this?" he asked as he held up a blue bottle with gold rings. "It's just a bottle I use to store some of my medications. Why?" "This exact bottle was found in my father's room." "So?" I shrugged as I took it from him. "I buy them in bulk from Miss Lyra in the market. I'm sure dozens of pack members buy them. Maybe one of the doctors or herbalists uses them too. Come back to bed and sleep." "No, it's nearly dawn and I should go. We're having a council meeting this morning to discuss the funeral arrangements." "All right." I smiled and touched his face. "I have to come into the city later. I will come to see you. I can bring something to calm your nerves." "Thank you," he said in a strange, detached tone as he walked past me. I followed him to the living room, where he started pulling on the rest of his clothing and left without another word. "That was weird," Penny commented. "He's grieving. I'm sure his head's a mess right now," I told her as I went back to bed. Later that day, as I stepped into the city, an unsettling feeling settled in my stomach, which I attributed to the heavy atmosphere surrounding the pack. It was hard to believe they were genuinely mourning that worthless monster of a king. He had them all deceived. If they truly understood the extent of his monstrosity, how he manipulated and isolated them, they would never shed a tear for him. For the first time, I chose not to hide my face. As I wandered through the city, I felt liberated, no longer fearing that the king would spot me and recognize my identity. Yet, deep down, I should have anticipated that my fleeting joy would not endure. It was simply not how my life unfolded. While making my way toward the school, 2 imposing guards suddenly blocked my path, drawing the attention of pack members who paused to witness the unfolding scene. "Lyra, please come with us." "What? Why?" "Prince Tyson's orders," one said as he gripped my arm tightly and started dragging me along. "Ouch! You're hurting me, let go." They ignored me and continued to drag me to the throne room, where I saw Tyson, Chase, and his mate Paige, who was looking at me with a smug expression. "Your Majesties, we have the rogue." "Good, now get out," Chase ordered. I was shoved forward, and I growled in frustration. "What is going on?" "I'm going to give you one chance to tell me the truth, and if you do, I will just banish you, not have you killed," Tyson said, and I froze. Did he just threaten to kill me? "Did you poison my father?" "No," I shouted. "I had the bottle checked." He held up the bottle he'd asked me about this morning. "It has the same poison inside that was found in the one in my father's room." "How do you explain that?" "I have no idea," I snapped. "If I'd killed your piece of sh*T father, I wouldn't be stupid enough to leave evidence." "This poison is one of yours," Chase shouted. "We asked Kale. You created it." I froze for a moment and looked at Tyson with my heart racing. "How could you think I'd kill your father?" I shouted and shoved him, causing the guards to growl and step forward, but Tyson held up his hand and they backed off. "I don't know how it ended up in your father's room." He pointed at the bottle. "The poison is yours," he stated, his voice like ice. "And you made no secret of hating him. You even suggested giving me something to kill him. That was for your mercy, and you know it. I screamed as tears filled my eyes. So you wouldn't have to see your father die. How could you ever think I'd do this to you? Yes, I hated him. He destroyed my pack, killed my family, but I would never hurt you. I loved you. I chose you, even after that choice caused my mother to kill herself. And you have the audacity to say I'd do this. All these years we've known each other. All these years we've been together, and you clearly don't know me at all. How could you think of me like this? He accused me. He actually accused me of a crime I didn't commit. The way he was looking at me right now, with hatred and betrayal, was breaking me. The accusation ripped through me. A familiar stab of pain. The same stab that hit me when my family died. Do you think I could have made love to you last night if I just killed your father? Enough. Arrest the B***TCH. Chase ordered. Tyson. I shouted and shoved him again, but he avoided my eyes. You know me. I didn't do this. Please believe me. How did I even get into your father's room? You know I'd never risk getting near him. I thought you loved me. I can't let my feelings sway me on this matter, Tyson told me. The evidence is too overwhelming. You hated my father. You threatened to poison him, and he was poisoned. The drug was yours. The bottle was in your home. I should never have trusted you. You probably used me. Oh yes, I decided to use you, and waited years to kill him. Do you even hear how stupid that sounds? I was stupid. Stupid to love you. Stupid to trust you. No. I was the stupid one. I shoved him once more. You're just like your father. I am glad he's dead. I only wish I'd been the one to kill him. There's no point in lying anymore. Chase held up his hand. Take her to the dungeons and have her killed. No. Tyson shouted, angrily. She will stay in the tower for the rest of her life. She may be a murderer, but she's still useful. We need her to cure this curse that's spreading. I actually laughed at his audacity. If you think I'd ever help you again, then you're out of your mind. I spat on the floor. I should have let you die the day we met. I saw pain in his eyes, but I didn't care about his pain. I hated him. Take her. Tyson turned from me, his hands shaking. I hope whoever really killed him kills you too as well. I turned and walked willingly over to the guards, who slammed cuffs on my hands and started leading me out of the room.